Welcome back to Punch Needle Embroidery Lessons. I'm Alina, and today's lesson is about setting up your project. The first thing is, if you have bought a kit from me, you're already going to have your pattern printed on your fabric. The same thing goes if you've bought one of my larger kits that are mounted on a wood frame. The pattern is already printed on there for you. If you want to make your own pattern, I suggest drawing it on paper first and then tracing it onto your fabric. You can even look online to use simple clip art as the design for your project. Start by opening up your fabric, unscrew your hoop and separate the inner and outer ring. You're going to place your inner ring underneath your fabric and your outer ring on top. Push down until your ring fits around the inner ring. We need to tighten the fabric, and I like to do that by holding either side of the fabric and then pulling it back towards each other. You want to go all the way around the hoop so that your fabric is evenly tightened. We're going to tighten the screw. Then we're going to tighten the fabric one more time and then tighten the screw again. I find it easiest to work with tight fabric. When the fabric becomes really loose, it's hard to punch the needle through the fabric. You'll know that your fabric is tight enough when you tap it and you hear a drum sound. Now we know our fabric is ready to go. If you bought a wood frame mounted canvas, your fabric should be ready to go. Now that your monk's cloth is in your hoop, you can go ahead and draw on or trace your pattern. I like to use a fabric marking pen, but you can really use any marker because we're going to be covering up that marker with our yarn. Our next step is threading our punch needle tool. This step is the same if you've got a wood-handled punch needle tool or if you have one of the adjustable tools. We're going to start with a strand of yarn. If you're not sure which color to start with one of the smaller areas on your design. This is where you're going to need your wire threader. We're going to put the wire threader in the tip of our needle all the way to the end of the handle so that the wire threader is sticking out the end of the handle. Then we're going to place our yarn in that loop of the wire threader. Grabbing the flag, we're going to pull all the way until the yarn and wire threader come out the needle tip. Now our yarn is going up the handle of our needle all the way out the end of the needle tip. The second step, holding the handle of the punch needle tool, you're going to take your wire threader and place it through the hole at the tip of the metal needle. We're going to put it in the side where the needle is flat towards the yarn. Then take your yarn end and put it through the end of the wire loop again. Pull the white flag on the wire threader until your yarn comes through the hole to the other side of your punch needle tool. To check your yarn is correctly threaded, your yarn needs to go up the handle towards the needle and then come out the hole to the side of the metal needle tip. Keep watching these lessons. The next video is going to be stitching your project. Thanks for watching and happy crafting.